What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back to the Slay the Princess demo update for 2023. We're gonna just start a fresh game, not quite sure what path we'll follow, because now I feel like we've got like a solid loop. We got the stranger ending, we got my favorite scene with all the cabins just in a crazy parallel Wonderland universe. Now, should we try to talk things out with the princess?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Already ran through the explore options. I'm just going to silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You know, for all the frustrations I have towards the attitude of the narrator does have like a really great voice.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin like a good little birdman.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Such a dangerous placement for a blade.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's kind of crazy it's so close to the basement door. Like, if you're assuming the princess might escape and you're just leaving the blade here so close to her only exit point, she could probably get through the window down there, but you know what I'm trying to say. Why is this just out in the open? That's another mystery yet to be solved. Sure, I'll take the blade for now, but then we're just gonna talk to the princess.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slay her voice carries up the
didn't mean to click.
stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Also, again, just looking at this cursor, it's making me wonder if there's going to be a moment like in the full release where this is an indicator letting us know that we still have the knife or the blade or the dagger. If we're going to be in so deep long enough that we forget if we have it or not, and then this would be a reminder. Ha!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Is that a reference?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Also, just looking at the cobblestone floor. She's sitting on her knees. I don't know if any of you have ever walked on like a legit cobblestone road. but like Charleston, South Carolina, they've got one of the OG cobblestone roads. I walked on that pretty recently, and it is an effing nightmare. Just like, modern shoes. I can't even imagine how horses and carriages went over this stuff. But it's all bumpy, uneven, and hella uncomfortable to walk on.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Well, when you're talking to me in that tone of voice, it makes me very sus of you.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things
Such a great
out.
face. I love it when she looks at us like, you bitch.
Don't you dare.
That's what her face is saying. Don't you dare.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'll drop it. It's in the room. If I have to make a dash for it, she's chained to the wall. Clearly that's been strong enough to keep her here thus far.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
That's why I put it down for safekeeping. Apparently I don't have pockets.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward of relationship. Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're going to end the world. Should we be up front? Let's see, there's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Well, why not? Maybe she'll give me information that you're hiding.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
I like that they let you keep your crown so everyone knows you're a princess.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Like, how old are you?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I'm so curious and looking forward to seeing, or I'm hoping we get like a backstory for her unfolding of how she wound up here. Little shit-eating grin. Now, see, I hate that I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. I don't like that. I don't like that they're keeping it secret from me. If they're entrusting me with such an important task, you gotta tell me everything. No, if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them. What are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
Hero, Mr. Man, are you speaking for her?
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Sure, start feeding me thought. She's right there. Let her talk for herself.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Facts.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Boo!
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
Well, however long you've been down here, if I'm the first thing that you've had contact with since you've been put down here, you still look like you've got all your mental faculties about you, okay? Okay, that means you're smart. You're dangerous. But again, why? So much to unfold, so many questions. Delicious.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
What is her backstory? What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't...
Again, is it supposed to be like a very special key?
Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Well, as I learned the first time around, my initial thought was use the knife like a lockpick, or, you know, check for weak points and screw. You know, a normal person would try to stab at the shackle first, but...
She is. I'm sure of it.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Yeah, it sounds like we got a business relationship, and it ain't gonna end well for me. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I know what you've told me, Mr. Narrator. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away, examine the chains. Let's just slay the princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
You know, I noticed in my first playthrough of the demo, I think it was number 5, the thumbnail, it got the most views. And I know it's because of the thumbnail, because it had a picture of her that I Photoshop spliced with the dagger going into me. And I think people were clicking onto that to see if that was a scene that happened. So it's really nice to see that there's the princess, but we also see ourselves in the scene as well. I really like that.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let—
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Sorry, narrator, not sorry. I thought you were done talking.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes black, and you die.
What else is new? The tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu, darling.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Again, she said she's down there for a long time, and now suddenly we have a time limit on this?
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
So clearly we weren't the best person, Birdman Tengu, for the job, eh?
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Well, it didn't sound like she could still get out of her chains.
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end. Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death. How could someone like that end the world? To quote you from last time, she was just a princess. Why was she strong enough to beat me to death with her bare hands? Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine. Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
It's all cyclical.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her in their basement, people should be able to, finish the job. And if multiple people is what it took to get her in that basement, one, did they escape the basement? Or what I'm also trying to get at is, if it took multiple people to get her in the basement, why is it up to an individual to finish things? Yeah, if people locked her away, couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? Gosh, this is... Wow, this update gets me.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Of course the hero would latch onto that.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Who cares if you think we're special? As far as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
Yeah, you're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Well, sounds like keeping me out of the loop is inevitably going to make me make your job more difficult.
The less you know about her, the better.
She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
That's all, folks.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Turn around and leave again? Nah, we'll go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Proceed into the cabin.
What you want. I guess I don't have a say here.
Aww. He's broken. I can fix him.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
This is a cabin fit for a catastrophic princess. Oh my god, Black Tabby Games. Ooh, new art. I love it. I'm grinning ear to ear. Oh man, I really need to invest in a webcam because I cannot convey the joy that is on my face right now. But dang, oh, this is so good. This is so effing good.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small?
And I also wanted to make a comment. The music changed. The organ, it totally fits this aesthetic. It's perfect. If this is the demo, how insane is the full release going to be? I can't wait.
We don't feel small. We are small.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Let's just approach the mirror. Don't give him a chance to explain his way out of it and gaslight us.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Are we just not meant to see what we look like? Oh, we only got the one option, wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
That's just such a good arm.
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Ooh. But clearly the princess can see us, and she's not fazed at all if we are that hideously grotesque or insane looking. But my headcanon right now is that we're hot. Let's take the blade. I want to climb the ladder.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I'm gonna take the ladder too. I've played enough point and click games to know if there's a ladder or a rope, we should put it in our inventory. That's another fun thing that would that would just appeal to me though as a lover of point and click games all around. If we could just collect things and we like go up to the top of the screen, we have like inventory items, whether they're actually functional or not. I just think that would be funny. Just have like, oh, these are all our items in our inventory. Into the basement. Oh, and the way the door opens too. And it's gonna be a different basement.
The door to the basement creaks open,
Spiral
revealing a
staircase.
spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Oh my god, is anyone else getting House of Leaves vibes?
Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
I love a spiral staircase.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It looks very well constructed and clean.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Ooh.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh, damn, I can't say no to that.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue down the stairs.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into
Oh, that's
view,
right, we're small.
and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
We're small. We're small like a little baby mouse. We're not even that. We shrunk.
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
I'm in love. Full disclosure. I'm in love.
That isn't what she looked like last time.
She's an ethereal god now. There's no way we can take her down. She is the universe. She is the world.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
It's symbolic.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Well, I'm already down here on presumably one knee. I'm asking you to marry me.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Ooh. Oh man, Alright, I've already decided I want to wife her, so I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna do as she says.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
We didn't have to do that.
And yet you did. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
We've taken on the persona of the broken.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Yes, my queen.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
Ow.
That's my good little bird.
See, we're a bird.
Why don't we talk?
I'm still on board. We're a Tengu. And that crown is so good. Damn. Once again, I'm speechless. I'm gonna buy this game at full price, and then I'm gonna buy it again and gift it to someone else and tell them, look, you have to play this. You have to play this so we can talk about it. Oh my gosh, join the Discord. After I get done recording, I'm so joining the Discord. Oh, dang, this is wild. Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Slay the Princess demo update. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!